Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are journeying back in time to a pivotal moment that reshaped the world map, the year 476 CE. You've probably heard this date thrown around as the official end of the mighty Western Roman Empire. But was it really a dramatic, fiery collapse? Or was it something more complicated? Let's find out. To understand 476, we have to zoom out a bit. The Roman Empire in the 5th century wasn't the powerhouse it had been under Augustus or Trajan. It had been teetering for decades, maybe even centuries. Think of it like an old, majestic building with cracks spreading through its foundation. The empire was dealing with constant internal power struggles, economic crises that devalued its currency, and immense pressure on its borders from various migrating groups, often called barbarians. In fact, the empire had already been split into two halves, the west with its capital in Ravenna and the east thriving in Constantinople, just to make it more manageable. So, the stage was already set for a dramatic change long before 476. Enter our main characters. On one side, we have Flavius Orestes, a powerful Roman general who, in a classic Roman power play, decided he didn't like the current emperor. So he marched his troops into Ravenna in 475 and forced Emperor Julius Nepos to flee. But Orestes didn't take the throne himself. Instead, he placed his own young son on it. And what was this new emperor's name? Romulus Augustulus. A name that's almost poetically tragic, isn't it? Romulus, after the legendary founder of Rome, and Augustulus, a diminutive meaning Little Augustus, mocking the first and greatest emperor. This boy emperor was merely a puppet, a symbol of how far the imperial authority had fallen. Now, on the other side, we have Odoacer. Odoacer was a skilled Germanic military leader, but he wasn't some outside invader. He was the head of the foederati, the Germanic soldiers serving within the Roman army. These soldiers were the backbone of Rome's military at this point, but they felt they weren't getting their due. They wanted land in Italy, a place to settle down and call their own. Orestes had promised them this, but then went back on his word. Big mistake. Feeling betrayed, the soldiers proclaimed Odoacer their king. Odoacer then marched on Orestes, defeated him, and took control of Ravenna. And what about our young emperor, Romulus Augustulus? This is where the story gets less dramatic than you might think. There was no epic final battle at the gates of Rome. Odoacer simply walked into the palace, looked at the young boy on the throne, and essentially said, "You're fired." He deposed Romulus Augustulus. But here's the interesting part. He didn't kill him. Instead, he pensioned him off and sent him to live in a comfortable estate in the countryside. A rather gentle end for the last Roman emperor in the West. Odoacer then did something very telling. He didn't declare himself the new emperor. Instead, he gathered the imperial insignia, the diadem, the purple robe, and sent them to Zeno, the emperor in the Eastern Roman Empire in Constantinople. The message was clear. We don't need a separate emperor in the West anymore. You can be the sole ruler of a, theoretically, united Roman Empire, and I will govern Italy on your behalf. So, why is this date, 476, so famous? For centuries, historians have used it as a convenient marker. It's the neat, tidy end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one, the Middle Ages. But the reality is, for most people living in Italy at the time, life probably didn't change overnight. The Roman Senate still met, Roman laws were still in effect, and people still went about their daily business. The fall was more of a slow, gradual transformation that had been happening for a long time. 476 wasn't the cause of the collapse, it was a symptom of it. The Western Roman Empire didn't so much fall as it just faded away, transitioning into a new era of Germanic kingdoms that would eventually form the nations of modern Europe. It's a powerful reminder that history is rarely a single dramatic event, but a long, complex, and fascinating process. What do you think? Was 476 the end, or just a step in a much longer journey? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into history, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to catch you in the next one. Stay curious.